This is the Cholo News Report for Thursday 06 June 2019. The Central Committee of Sudanese doctors say the number of people killed this week in Sudan is at least 100, and that 40 bodies were pulled from the River Nile at Khartoum, Tuesday. Members of the Rapid Support Forces have reportedly been roaming the streets attacking civilians as it pushes deeper into Khartoum. 40 bodies of our noble martyrs were recovered from the River Nile yesterday, the Central Committee of Sudanese Doctors said in a Facebook post. Protesters had called for the Islamic festival of Eid al-Fitr, marked on Tuesday and Wednesday this week, to be celebrated in the streets, as a gesture of defiance against the military. Sudan's crisis has exposed the reality of international politics, that force can have its way, without consequence, if the killers and torturers represent a valuable asset to other powers. A Sudanese official denies that 100 people were killed by a paramilitary unit during protests, saying that the number was at most 46. Sudanese opposition activists have rejected an offer of talks from the country's military council, saying it cannot be trusted amid a violent crackdown on protesters. The deputy head of the military council defended the violent suppression, claiming that the protesters had been infiltrated by rogue elements and drug dealers. Fiat Chrysler withdraws its merger proposal for French carmaker Renault after Renault board members were unable to reach a decision on the offer. Fiat Chrysler made the offer for Renault at the end of last month, describing it as a transformative proposal that would create a global automotive leader. It has become clear that the political conditions in France do not currently exist for such a combination to proceed successfully, Fiat Chrysler said in a statement. But it said it remained firmly convinced of the compelling, transformational rationale of the proposal, the terms of which were carefully balanced to deliver substantial benefits to all parties. Australian Federal Police raid the headquarters of the country's public broadcaster, Australian Broadcasting Corporation, in connection with 2017 leaked documents alleging Australian Special Forces engaged in unlawful killings and gross misconduct in Afghanistan. Yesterday, police raided Herald Sun journalist Annika Smethurst's home regarding other alleged leaks of national security information. The ABC stands by its journalists, will protect its sources and continue to report without fear or favor on national security and intelligence issues, when there is a clear public interest. Tuesday's search at the home of newspaper journalist Annika Smethurst related to her 2018 report about a government plan to spy on Australian citizens. Also on Tuesday, Ben Fordham, a broadcaster for radio station 2 GB, said that the government was investigating how he had obtained information that up to 6 boats carrying asylum seekers had recently tried to reach Australia. Managing director at the ABC, David Anderson, said in a statement that the raids raised legitimate concerns over freedom of the press. This is a serious development and raises legitimate concerns over freedom of the press and proper public scrutiny of national security and defense matters. The centre-left Social Democrats win 48 of the 179 seats in the Folketing. Opinion polls put the opposition centre-left Social Democrats, led by Mette Frederiksen, at 27.2%, a comfortable lead of almost 10 percentage points, ahead of Prime Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen's ruling Liberal Party, which has been in power for 14 of the last 18 years. The Socialist People's Party, heavily focused on environmental issues, is also expected to see a surge in its numbers, with opinion polls suggesting it could take 8.3% of votes, almost double its 2015 score. If the Social Democrats emerge victorious, they intend to form a minority government common in Denmark's proportional representation system, relying on the support of the left, or the right on a case-by-case basis to pass legislation.